Hello and welcome back, everybody. It's your boy, Chef Steven, here as always at the signature table at Fisher's Test Kitchen with our great friends from Green Bean Delivery to provide another magnificent episode of Cooking with Sun King. Today, Cinco de Mayo Especial Extraordinary. So today we are going to make a beautiful beer cheese. We have some beautiful poblano peppers, some onions, some garlic, a whole bunch of stuff. And then we'll top it with some vegetarian chorizo. So this is for all of our wonderful vegetarian friends out there. So today we're using some really fun ingredients from our good friends at Marcoot Jersey Creamery. We've got their Mauna Loa, which is this beautiful aged cheddar with pink Hawaiian sea salt. And then, of course, some delicious smoked Gouda for that really nice, robust, smoky flavors. We've got this awesome El Zapatista veggie chorizo from the good people at No Evil. And then, of course, some hop tickler. So you'll see hop tickler this year in 6-packs all over the place. Again, just nice little crushable IPA, mostly Citra hops. This is also the second version in our Candemic series. You heard me talk about that with our Detroit-style pizza and Fistful of Haze. And you'll see this number 2. You're like, Steven, why does this look so weird? Check that other video out and you'll find out why. Let's get to cooking. So to get started today, we need to grate some cheese. We always like using fresh grated cheese for this because we can control A, what flavor that is, and B, what all goes in there. Some of those other shredded cheeses aren't super great. So we've got 12 ounces of our smoked Gouda, 10 ounces of our Mauna Loa, and then just 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're gonna toss all of that together, and that's actually going to be what thickens our queso and gives it that smooth, beautiful texture. And then we grate. Fresh grated cheese is always the best. We've got that beautiful smoky flavor from the smoked Gouda. This is also not a super old Gouda, so it's super, super creamy, which is awesome for beer cheese. Kind of just tastes like cheese and bacon had a baby. It's amazing. No bacon in the actual recipe though. And then our Mauna Loa. And basically just have a nice, awesome cheddar and a beautiful Gouda. You can obviously use whatever cheese you prefer. These are the 2 that we chose because they are delicious. Perfect. Now that we have all of that grated, we want to just toss this with about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And again, this is what's going to kind of combine everything, but we want to toss it with the cheese so it helps us to leave it nice and fluffy. But then as the cornstarch hits the hot liquid, it will help tighten everything up and should have a really beautifully smooth queso from which to add our chorizo to. Let's go make some queso. So we've got a nice pan over medium heat. To which we're just going to add a nice drizzle of olive oil, probably officially about a tablespoon or so. We want to let that heat up so we can sweat our vegetables, make them sweat. So as that gets warm, we're going to add in 1 small yellow onion or half of a large, just a nice small dice. Perfect. We also have 1 whole poblano pepper. Seeded, just because we don't know how spicy it is. We took the veins out as well. We really just want that beautiful kind of pepper flavor. Small dice as well. And we're gonna let this go for just about 2 to 3 minutes. We're really just looking to soften everything. We still want to have some texture in our beer cheese. We don't want this to be fully sauteed and caramelized and broken down, but we do want a little bit of color. All right, so after those have sauteed for just a couple of minutes, they've softened just a little bit. They're starting to garner a little bit of color. We wanted to wait to add the garlic until later. Because it does have a higher sugar content than both of the other vegetables, so it will burn easier. And we're just gonna grate that in using a microplane. Perfect. We'll give that a quick stir. Make it nice and fragrant. We wanna let this go for just about another minute at the most so our garlic doesn't burn. And then we'll go in with some liquid. Normally when you make a roux or a cheese sauce or anything else like that, you usually put the fat in first and toast it and then add your liquid. We're gonna do the reverse roux method. That's why we tossed our cheese in with the cornstarch. All right, our garlic is fragrant and everything has a nice toasted brown color to it. So we're gonna go in with just about 6 ounces of our hop tickler. And that nice citrusy IPA goes perfect with a beer cheese like this. It's just one of those absolutely phenomenal flavors. You'll get a nice bright flavor from the beer and of course all the vegetables. We will then go in with 4 ounces of organic Valley cream cheese. And this will kind of melt as we go, but we want to also use this as a little bit of a stabilizer. It also gives our queso a nice little bit of a tang. And then we'll follow that with 8 ounces of whole milk. I have a little bit more than that in this container, but we're gonna start with 8. We're gonna see how everything thickens up, and if we need to loosen it up a little bit, we can do that then. We'll whisk all of this to combine. Really just to dissolve the cream cheese. Gets everything happy. While that comes up to the simmer, we'll add some aromatics. We've got just a little bit of cumin and chili powder. Nice mild chili powder, nothing super spicy. If you do want it spicier, you can add chipotles and adobo. You can add some hot sauce if you'd like, but we're just gonna go with just regular ancho chili powder. 1 tablespoon cumin, 2 tablespoons ancho chili powder. Sprinkle those in. Whiskey business. We do just wanna bring this up to the simmer. Perfect. We will turn down the heat just a little, and then we will slowly start adding in our cheese. So I'll probably just do this a handful or so at a time. And you really kind of want to try and sprinkle it in as slowly as you can so it doesn't clump up too much. If it does, that's okay. It'll eventually dissolve. And then we'll kind of whisk all of that together. And as soon as that has dissolved, we'll go in with another handful. The slower you do this, the better. Kind of make sure your cheese sauce won't break. It's also just really fun. And then when you get about, let's say 2/3 of the way there, and everything's looking like it's gonna combine, we can just dump the rest of our cheese in. And it's thickening beautifully. And we will know this is 100% ready to go as soon as it comes back to a simmer. That's the cornstarch or flour if you want to use flour working. It'll also mean all of our cheese is melted and we'll have the consistency that we want. Again, if you would like this a little thinner, you can add just a skosh more milk. If you want it thicker, you can actually just take away a little bit of milk right at the beginning, but I think we're looking pretty solid. So we will let that hang out on low while we do our veggie chorizo. And this is just as simple as heating up a nice little skillet. Again, just teaspoon, tablespoon or so of olive oil, nothing too crazy. And we just want to crisp this up just a little bit. Comes in a nice little 10-ounce log. We're gonna use the opportunity just to get a little bit of texture on it, get it heated through, and then we will top our queso. And that'll be it. Our queso, our beer cheese, is ready to go. Beautifully smooth and creamy. Just as another note, we wanted to make sure that that does come up to a full simmer before we shut it off. That means the cornstarch has done its job. We'll start with that. And again, it's got that beautiful smoked Gouda, the nice cheddar, all of those delicious vegetables. And then we will top this with just a little bit of our chorizo. And this is kind of the tradition of the dish. Beautiful chorizo studded queso. Honestly, for me, can't really find a better combination. I love choriqueso. Serve that with your favorite chips, even just a nice little cilantro garnish. Ta-da. So that was our hop tickler choriqueso. Fun for all your vegetarian friends. Obviously, if you want to add the real chorizo, go right ahead. And if you want to serve that with a hop tickler, go right ahead. But this is Cinco de Mayo, so we're going to give you a little bonus recipe. Quick and easy Paloma using the same beer and just a few other ingredients. Let's go. 2 ounces of Sun King agave. You can also make this as a pitcher if you want to, but we are just going to make one little cocktail. We're gonna also go in with 2 ounces of organic grapefruit juice. We don't want this to be super sweet, so we don't want the stuff that's filled with a whole bunch of sugar. We will shake all of our non-carbonated ingredients. We've got crushed ice today for some fun. Perfect, everything's ice cold and ready to go. So we'll strain our agave and grapefruit juice right in there. And then we'll go in with 4 ounces of our hop tickler, 2 ounces of fresh grapefruit soda. Use your favorite. Top of a little crushed ice. A nice little wedge of grapefruit. You can salt the rim if you'd like. That's entirely up to you. Nice little bonus recipe along with our wonderful choriqueso. We've got that delicious hop tickler Paloma. And as always, we want to thank you. Of course, we want to thank the beautiful people here at the Fisher's Test Kitchen at the Signature Table. Of course, our great friends at Green Bean Delivery. All of these recipes are on their website. The links are right underneath there. It kind of looks like greenbeandelivery.com/blog. There's also a like and subscribe button over there for our YouTubers. If you're not a YouTuber, head on over. Come on, you can do it. So that's another fun recipe for us. We hope you have a wonderful Cinco de Mayo. This is Chef Steven. That's chorizo. I'm gonna go eat. Cheers. See y'all next round.